Okay, question number 3 on this spec paper, and it's a classic question. You've got to compare and contrast. So when you compare and contrast, you've got to compare two things. The first thing you've got to compare is some kind of average or central tendency. So you've got to compare the averages. So usually it's the median or the mean. In this case, it's easy to calculate the median. In the second case, you've got to compare a spread. So our choice for a measure of spread is we can find the range or the interquartile range. Now in this case, it seems like the range will be easy. So let's go and compare. Let's compare the boys' median. So let's chop off the 4 biggest scores from the boys, and then the 4 smallest scores, then the 4 biggest scores, because I've got to work backwards. 4 smallest scores, then let's do 2 big, 2 small, 1 small, 1 big. It's this answer here. So the boys' median is 45. And then if we compare the girls' median, do the same thing, find out the average. So this is the first one we're comparing. Boys' median is, the girls' median, chop off the 2, let's do 5, let's make it a little bit quicker. Chop off the 5 biggest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 smallest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 biggest, 1 small, 1 big. That's our answer. So the girls' median is 50. So we have to then make a sentence about that. So on average, or by comparing the averages or comparing the medians, on average, the girls scored higher than the boys. You can see that their average was 50, the boys' average was only 45. Now if we compare the range, let's compare the range. So the range is the biggest minus the smallest. So reading backwards, it's 65 minus 22, which comes out as 43. If we do the same thing for the girls, we find the girls' range. We've got to do this calculation. 66, and we're going to take away 27, and that comes out as 39. So the boys have got a bigger range, but that's actually bad because that means the results are more spread out. But some have done better, but some have done worse. So by comparing the spread, the girls' results are less varied. Now that means they're closer together. The range is smaller, so that means the girls' results, there was a smaller number between the smallest number and the biggest number, so a smallest gap. So they're more packed up together. So on average, the girls did better. They scored 50 against 45. And comparing the spread, they're actually less spread out, so the results are less varied. Now you need all these calculations, you need to have it, and you need the sentences as well to explain exactly how to get the mark. You need to say, not only do the calculations, you've got to explain what that means. So the girls did better and the girls are less varied.